Well, it's time to put pen to paper in the latest chapter in the greatest rival in Counter-Strike, and your casters to take us through. It's going to be Pansy and Moses.
Thank you, Mitch and the desk. It is time to start up this truly phenomenal grand semi-final here between these two. Revenge is on the tip of Astralis' tongue just after that Kiev matchup, and FaZe want to create that dynasty beginning here now. We're underway, it's FaZe on the T side, and they're going straight to work.
Yeah, this is really fast-paced. They want to set the tone right at the start. Rain with one. Glaive's got to hold on, and he's hitting some very nice shots, staying alive as long as possible into this 3-on-3. And now they have control of the bomb site.
We've still got the swing factor of NiKo coming late in through drop. I think Kievi might have heard the steps, and it slows down. Bomb planted, device merely 1 HP. Kievi still sits pretty, but not for long. Alu is there, and Alu's there again. 4 kills for Alu in this round. What a start for him.
Yeah, that is so sick. They need guys like Alu, and they need guys like Kiyoshima to have another stellar series here against Astralis. This matchup is so funny on Cobblestone. The big thing is talking to both of these teams like before today began. Astralis believes completely that they have FaZe trumped with this pick of Cobble. They're so excited to be playing on Cobble a second time. They think they're the better team. They think this was a trap for FaZe. And FaZe, I mean, Kerrigan just came up to the desk in front of us and just, you know, said, yep, they fell right into our trap. We get to play Cobblestone again. And look at this, another rush towards this B bomb site. FaZe not slowing down whatsoever. Glaive's going to slow things down for now. They're going to do it for him. Actually, everyone's alive. This is now really dicey for FaZe. They're stuck.
Yeah, look at the HP. Rain's pretty low now. Glaive can't hold up against the UMPs. They're breaking through now. Kievi, Dupree, and Device. They have to dig deep trying to keep this one together, because FaZe, they want to take all of this. Device finds Keo, and they're slowly trying to push towards the side. NiKo breaks through by drop again. A bit of a rinse and repeat here from before. It's not Alu this time, it's NiKo at the helm. And it's all on Dupree. A 1v3 sits in front of him, and it's not looking too likely with the bomb down, and already 2 challenges arising.
That's so sick. This is why they have NiKo in the team. This is why he's considered such a huge talent, a massive star. When they get stuck on that platform, it's him who comes in to bail them out, save the day, really. The last player in that rush, and he's the first one who comes down broken wall with 2 quick kills, gets 4 completely in the round, and ensures that FaZe can continue moving forward. So 2-0, and this time Astralis has nothing in the round.
You've got to wonder how much time FaZe spent poring over the demos from the group stage, reviewing what went wrong on this very map.
Well, that was the thing in the interview. Kerrigan just basically said, yeah, once it got to 12-6 and we were on the T side, I just didn't show anything that we'd prepared. He said, I just kind of let us lose at that point because it is the group stage. Confident that we're still going to make the playoffs. Why show anything to this team that we might very well want to play on this map again later on in the tournament? And I mean, this is where we get to see what they actually have. This is where they have to show us what they've prepared.
Kerrigan, a risky in-game leader, but it might work out here. Glaive, big deny. Alu, that's a bit awkward, turns around. Side swipes down Glaive, an easy one in the end. It made it look a little trickier than I thought, but no. FaZe keeping it clean for the first 3. And Astralis not yet to really put up the fight, but this is the round where it all begins.
This is what's so funny, is you can theorize on what FaZe has prepared, what, you know, how they're going to change things, or like what they could do against Astralis, and basically these first 3 rounds have just been rushes towards the B bomb site. They just want to get in. They want to get into the action, and it's working so far. Kiyoshima's going to keep the MAC-10. Alu's going to keep the UMP, so he's the AWPer. And I mean, that just lends to you to believe that it's going to be a little bit more fast-paced again. When you have these 2 SMGs, keep them moving. It's going to be light utility for the Astralis side, so there'll be plenty of opportunities to be aggressive.
It's Keo being first man in at the point. Rain, Alu behind, and he is going straight through, but it's Glaive. Not that much stopping power. It's the MAC-10 to take him down. That's a bit of a tragedy, as Astralis now have to try and recover. And they are in a 4v4, but against the T side with the same number of players, it's still pretty darn tricky.
Running down the counter utility from Astralis as well. There's only 1 flashbang left on a pre-Molotovs around. Still smokes in the hands of FaZe. They're waiting patiently, trying to figure out where everything is. They know Xyp9x is in the site. Kjaerbye around the rock. He's trying to find something, and it's going to be Xyp9x who's not brought down. Kjaerbye bails him out, and the second kill. That's from Xyp9x. That's a huge play. This defense holds strong.
They finally held off FaZe trying to hit in towards the side, but there's still NiKo, and there's still damage. That's 1. He's got 79 HP. There's a shot in this. I would never write this man out. Bomb not too far either. Xyp9x on 2 HP. What will he do now?
Important thing right now at the moment for NiKo is kills. Get at least 1 to 2 more kills. Keep the economy low. Force a lot of rebuys. Force the drops. And you can see with all the time, he's just being patient. Wants to see if anyone from Astralis is going to make a mistake.
They might consider rotations, they might consider drop, they just add that little seed of doubt. It might be enough. NiKo going to spot an arm there. Not enough to get the kill. Dupree backs away, but now the alarm bells start ringing. NiKo, every step he takes, gets more dangerous! It's a 1v2! But would you predict it? Oh, Dupree! denies it. Smart play, but a risky one in the end. He does recover the AWP and keeps things stable for Astralis.
Yeah, smart and risky is exactly that from dupreeh. The repositioning behind the rock where Device had just fallen. He exposes himself out in the open if NiKo had kept swinging wide, but obviously NiKo's never going to expect a second player to be there, and a great shot from dupreeh. Not as damaging as it could have been. Remember, Xyp9x was low as well in the site, so if dupreeh falls there, that feels like NiKo's just going to win that one.
All right, back and we go. FaZe, of course, kept those MAC-10s. They kept the money pretty robust throughout this one so far. They've still got a good buy here. Alu as well with the AWP, a nice addition, but Keo, he's going running. What the hell? How did he make it up that far? Glaive does find him, and he's not going to move either. Glaive wants to keep this all for himself, but Kievi is there in support, but gets overwhelmed by NiKo coming through drop, and it's down to this 2v2, but we do have the AWP on Device trying to play back into this. But NiKo wants to turn things around for himself.
It's again, yeah, it's going to be slowed down one more time. The bomb site is lost, but actually Alu's very, very slow in actually moving into it, knowing the AWP is more than likely going to be peeking through those double doors. It's all down to NiKo to cover him, but a flank is coming in as well. That's going to be the tough part for NiKo. It's all going to be down to timing, and I think it's in dupreeh's side. Oh, just barely not, but now he has the knowledge. Alu's getting the plant down. And where does NiKo position himself from here? He's got to be so careful.
These after plant positions are paramount. NiKo, if only you knew. But timing of that nade disguised the drop. They don't know dupreeh is down there, but it doesn't matter. It seems that Alu already finding one. dupreeh now gives away the position. There's no 1v2, and it might be time to back away. Try and get the AWP and run, dupreeh, run! NiKo's not going to let you. It's FaZe striking straight back here. Blow for blow so far in the gun rounds at least, and that is going to push Astralis back to the Stone Age.
And the timing was not with dupreeh. He got the information, but NiKo never came back to FaZe, and this is a scary NiKo as well. A couple of rounds there, you can feel he's really, really tuned in on this game. He's going to be a force. The hard reset coming in, but Astralis is going to buy right through it. The pistols are up, KRB with the UMP, but they've got to figure out this B bomb site. They have been pressured over on that side of the map every single round, and they've barely been able to contain it.
Yep, always tough when you look at FaZe on paper. It's always going to be tough. They have so much raw firepower they can throw into these sites. You just kind of expect them to trade favorably, but Karrigan's going straight in here towards drop. KRB, though, waiting with the UMP. Strikes first.
A lot of aggression from the initial players in these attacks from FaZe. A lot of times it's been Kiyoshima jumping off that broken wall. That time Karrigan, just with the MAC-10, just seeing what he can find. Question is, what do they gain from it? There it is. They gain a kill. Glaive is mollied out. That's really, really nice focus from FaZe, making sure they clear every corner. Xyp9x is the next point of danger for the FaZe guys.
Yeah, Keo already finding the plane to drop, just kind of removes all the stability from that B side. Xyp9x now out in the open, still going to find one, but one is not enough here. And dupreeh was over by A this entire time with that Deagle and armor. Now it seems a little bit impossible by this point.
Well, at the very least, we can say one thing that FaZe has prepared for this map is they have the Molotovs down. I mean, they just slowly take control of that B platform. Molotov out the cubby, Glaive gets picked off. Molly out the stairs before you commit to the bomb site, and Xyp9x is forced into the open. Even though he gets a kill, it just doesn't matter at that point. It's been a very, very strong T side for FaZe. 6 rounds now, they have gone towards this B bomb site.
You can see NiKo smiling as well. It's scary when FaZe, because the thing is that I know a lot of people who've been, maybe watching FaZe throughout the group stage, they're just having fun. They're just, super lighthearted, always kind of building off each other. And if they're just enjoying themselves and running through Astralis in a semi-final, you think, how do you stop someone like NiKo going off? How do you stop Alu going off? It almost feels impossible. And we know that Astralis found this hard against SK to try and get around that Fallen element with that additional AWP that came through, but still, they're going to have to come up with a plan soon to try and quell that attack that FaZe have been bringing towards B.
And the tough part is, I mean, they've actually done a pretty decent job, all things considered. They really haven't had a round where they've had all the utility that they could possibly like to hold it off, for more than 45 seconds, more than that initial throw of a smoke and Molotov. I mean, they just haven't had the economy to do that, but still they've brought some of those into 2-on-2s and in very close clutch situations. They just haven't been able to win them out. And again, it's looking like it's going to be a massive play towards this B bomb site from FaZe. The question becomes that when the gun round comes in, do they just throw more bodies for the defense at the B site, or they try and get aggressive over towards A, try and get a quick flank coming in?
And then it's down to FaZe. Do they switch up that one time? Do they go, all right, screw it, let's go A? It's ball is in their court, but KRB is doing some real damage through drop at the moment. It may be a 1-for-1 at this point, but anything's a benefit. They've got himself an AK. Glaive finds NiKo. What is happening here? We're down to a 3v2, and Glaive again tries to take the fight, but now Rain is fully switched on and well aware of what's happening here. KRB is the one guy who can try and deny what FaZe are building here, and is not looking all that good. Alan goes down. No! It's down to the 1v1. No armor on Kiebi. Rain on 37 HP. It's all aim, it's all guts, it's all glory. And 1 minute to play this out. Bomb next to Kiebi. Rain knows he has to take this fight, and both players missing. It's vital. Molly goes in. Tag off Kiebi! He gets the job done. No armor, just sheer raw firepower.
What sick composure from Kiebi in that round. You can see he doesn't want to commit to any of those fights. He's got no armor. Any of the bullets that come out from Rain is really going to mess with his aim in that situation, so he has to find the perfect fight to take, and eventually he does get it. Kiebi outlasting Rain there, that's huge. Also, I mean, the big thing is that's a round where they only had pistols, so a blunder there from FaZe, and that's going to put their economy a little bit low. That's going to put them on the edge. Very, very small tech pause, but we're back into the action now.
I think Astralis might have just followed that with an actual tactical one for themselves.
I mean, this is smart because this is essentially a really big portion of the half because they just win a round. Their economy they have 4 players below $1,000. So if they lose this one, it's right back into that double reset territory. This is the round that can establish if moving forward they'll be able to have a decent guns and decent utility. This is the best round they've had in terms of their arsenal. So
if you're FaZe though, do you just throw a curveball at them? You've just been pounding B the whole time.
Yeah, that's
switch up and go away.
That's the question because with so much success at B early on in this match, they've set it up perfectly to throw some kind of a fake, right? Because Astralis, once those nades are coming out from FaZe towards the B bomb site, they're going to be very, very worried since they haven't been able to handle it very well for 5-6 rounds in a row. So the fake at some point is going to come out. The question is, does Karrigan go with it here?
We're going to see what he calls coming out of this one. Again, Astralis, it looked like they started to do kind of a 4-1 look for a little while, trying to really be able to handle that B presence, but we're back into this now. And this is already a different look. You can see it from the start. 3 towards A, 2, 1, I guess towards drop, and dupreeh. Device almost there.
And Astralis actually 1 step ahead. That's a great peek from Device over that smoke to just see if bodies are going towards the A bomb site. He gets the information, and Astralis already has 3 players here. This is the battle. This is for the round. Rain just eliminates dupreeh, goes for more, and he's going to get it. Kiebi can't handle it. There's the 3rd player. They all miss. Rain is unstoppable.
He might not stop now. Xyp9x could be the next possible victim here. He's trying to get round. He's trying to be relevant. But Rain's not having anything. That's 4. He comes alive when it matters the most. And again, Astralis will be left shattered after this round.
That is so crushing if you're Astralis, mentally as well. You have the perfect call. You have the perfect setup. 3 players in A halls, and it's 1 man, just Rain, who eliminates all of them. What a round.
And it's always been the danger with this FaZe team. You always question, what happens when 1 of the players turns up, 2 of the players turn up? We've had 3 so far. Glaive is trying to find his way out of this, but too many men surround him. And that round meant a lot to FaZe.
Yeah, that's huge. Look at this money on the Astralis side of things. That is so brutal for them. It's going to be another round that you have to imagine. And just look at this. First headshot. This is the one that really confuses you. That Molotov is perfect. It actually isolates Rain. His only option is to go forward. And to see someone like Device, Sponge said it in the pregame. I mean, just on the fact of how consistent he is at landing shots and how consistent he is among series and among maps, you can consider him the best player in the world. But, I mean, that is just a routine miss that he makes there.
And now they can go right back towards B. Why not just go right back to what was working before? NiKo doesn't even see him. Getting Xyp9x down to 17 HP is absolutely devastating now. They hold FaZe. They've got the utility. They can just wait this out. They can molly out any area they need to. But Device is just swing factor, as is Kiebi.
Be patient as well. They know if there's a buy, it's just going to be pistol armor. So running down the clock is a friend of FaZe here because the more they pressure, the more utility is going to come out for the Astralis side of things. So easier to take those range duels with AKs against pistols when there's no smokes in the way. And at the moment, they've slowed everything down, considering a rotation back towards the A bomb site. NiKo is alone in drop.
This is lovely. Pulling 4 players over to B, and I think Astralis are getting an idea of what's happening here. You can see them slowly swinging back over. Xyp9x and Kiebi and Device all considering dupreeh might be hearing steps. He might not be. It might just be a read on the timing here.
Yeah, I think this is just a read from Astralis. It's also a gamble, knowing they have to do something. There's dupreeh, spots 1. kioShiMa gets into some cover. Gonna take the fight still, and dupreeh walks right into it. Xyp9x out in the open, he gets dropped. Device, though. This could throw a real problem towards FaZe.
Will they expect it? Will they deal with... Ooh, a 1-for-1 trade is good. That's fine. That's more than you're happy with. Now, Kiebi's left in that kind of decisive moment of, what do I do? Oh my God, Kyo! Right through the door. We'll find him anyway. It feels like nothing works in their favor here.
Yeah, this is going so well. At the moment, it's looking like FaZe were correct. They were the ones who set the trap for Astralis, and they've fallen right into it. Glaive dealing with lefty sandwich. That kill might not matter. Nico's still at the B-bomb site, but that's huge. Really great awareness from Glaive, and he's going to get out. He's going to survive with the AK-47. It'll be likely the only weapon they have into the next round, but at least it's something you can work with.
Money has been absolutely distraught for Astralis, yet to feel like they can actually make that fight. The imperative rounds, FaZe have just seemed to have such an advantage, even in the mental game. They came into it doing those consistent B hits that had worked and worked and worked, and then that A hit comes through and it was Rain right at the helm of that. And it just worked out so perfectly for them. Yeah,
great individual efforts from FaZe in all the important rounds, right? All the rounds that Astralis has something, the first chances they get to build and string rounds together, FaZe just shuts them right down.
Well, so far we've seen Alu have his moment, we've seen Rain, and we've seen Nico. Let's see what Keo and Karrigan can do. Why not? They're going to have a lovely time in this round. You've only got Glaive with the rifle. P250 or 2 as well, spread apart, but not too much to write home about at this point. And Astralis just having to maybe consider options of what they do in the next round here.
That's the tough part, because, I mean, actually, just the previous round they lost. They had the right read. They had the right play called for it. They were ready for everything. This is interesting. If FaZe is going to keep fighting, they've got to know this is the only rifle in the hands of Astralis, yet they still keep a couple bodies there to take this duel. Glaive brought down pretty low, down to 32. Does he go for more? He does, and Alu finds him with that AWP, and this is going to let Keo swing a little bit wider.
Yeah, Keo slowly but surely taking over that B side. You can see Astralis trying to play back into it, but by now, Keo's looking hungry. He wants a couple of kills here. There's 3 players just peeking at him, but he can't find one cleanly, and they're all getting tagged up very lightly. There we go, finding a connection. And a follow-up to Keo. Clean kills coming in. Nice and easily done.
He loves that. And this is the thing, because Astralis doesn't have a whole lot of nades, FaZe is establishing control of that platform very early on in these rounds, and that's giving them so long to just kind of take those fights to where they don't have to commit to anything. Astralis doesn't have like the HE grenades to lob in to get some extra chip damage. They don't have the Molotovs to force those players out into the open, so it's just a lot of dueling for the FaZe guys, and that's what they want. That's what they're thriving on at the moment.
And then you throw your mind back to the fact that Alu got, what, I think 4 kills in that first round? Right. How massive was that impact that he had to allow him to get to this point, to, you know, push down Astralis so hard that they barely had the money, and they built so well off the back of it now. Really, really beautiful stuff from FaZe. This is a T-side that I don't think many of us expected to see. I don't think Cobble was ever be considered at the start of this event, and then the group stage happened, and now you're seeing that truly mental game coming through to a very end.
This isn't even anything necessarily that tactical. This is just kind of sheer brute force of just saying, we are going to dominate this B bomb site. We are going to require you to put so much attention on it, and then we'll have the entirety of the map open to us whenever we want to go towards A. And I mean, at the moment, they really don't even have necessarily any reason to.
No, absolutely nothing. It does look like, again, coming out of the pause now, we are back live into this one. If we can get in game.
I mean, this is the same setup that Astralis ran out of the last time out. 2 players, dupreeh and Device over. The one thing they're missing is Kjaerbye, that extra player. So, yeah, it is going to be taking over. There's dupreeh with the first kill. Rain's not going to be able to find Device. Kiyoshima's here. They know where dupreeh is. He's out of bullet as well. There's no getting away from that. Quick rotation from Kjaerbye, though, and FaZe can slow things down.
But look how imperative Nico's position could just about be. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to make noise or try and make a play happen anytime soon. But if he came through on drop, then he could have maybe caught Xyp9x or Glaive in the heels and completely opened up that A side. But no, there's caution amongst the FaZe side.
Yeah, Nico's timing is going to be critically important with all the nades being used over towards the A site, though. I mean, look at the lean, and that footstep that Nico makes as he drops is actually going to pull Glaive away as well. This is exactly what FaZe want. Nico just needs 1 kill.
He's such a powerhouse player, already predicting Xyp9x's position. The Glaive will be close by to trade it, but the bomb's not even here. He's just doing this all alone. He's keeping 2 players busy. And they're just depending on Kjaerbye, playing over by cannons in an incredibly passive angle to work out. And he can isolate those 2 players off as well.
Nico's got these players over at the B-bomb site so mind game at the moment. Now it is Xyp9x he's dealing with. This is great position. Nico was probably not going to expect it, but he wins it. That's dirty, and there's Kiyoshima. Nico's done it all for FaZe. He's frozen 2 players and even adds a kill onto it. That's huge. Glaive's just got to be desperate at this point.
Made it through, and I don't think they spotted him first, but now they certainly know where he is, and it's Alu keeping eyes towards him. Bomb is going down in the safe hands of Kiyoshima, but Glaive surrounded on all fronts. Pick your poison. Nico to the right, Keo to the left, and Alu not too far behind. Glaive finds the first challenges and rises to the occasion, but there's not much more to be seen other than that, surely.
Yeah, it's a hollow victory, isn't it? I mean, he's basically just won one fight to be able to run away, and at this point, he might just feel like he has to go for it. No kit in the hands, and the bomb is ticking down even lower. I think Alu might have spotted him there, but he's still playing it cautiously, and it's Kiyoshima this time. 4 kills. This is a very well-spread affair from FaZe in terms of who's stepping up.
Every single one of these big rounds, we've seen one of these players getting 4 kills, and every time it's someone different so far. What a powerhouse from FaZe.
And you have to say, that round is a perfect display of why NiKo is such a valuable addition to this team and why NiKo is considered one of the best players in the world for some time now. It's not just the aim that he obviously displayed in winning that fight with Xyp9x, but it's the game sense. It's the fact that he knows he can just be a little bit patient, that his presence there is more important than any kill he can get.
No, he was absolutely outstanding. And FaZe again going back to the B hits that worked so perfectly at the beginning of this one. Glaive looking a little surrounded. Keo this time. He doesn't clean up so easy, but he does. Oh, hello! Device and Kjaerbye going to be doing some work here, but the sustain, I don't know if it's going to be there. NiKo and Alu want to keep this one back on track for FaZe. They don't want to let this slip again. Oh my god, the damage though. Xyp9x comes into it, and Alu from above will find Xyp9x, but now it's a 1v2. No armor on the CT side. It's got to sit in Alu's hands, surely, but they're going to try and make a play out of this. They're going to boost him up. This is brave as you like. Alu, are you ready for this? No! Device catches him completely unawares. Astralis recover the round, and this is the second time they've done this. It's surprising these are the rounds they're winning.
Yeah, I mean, that time, I mean, that's the one issue, right? This time there's Deagles out in the field for Astralis, and this is, I mean, they've got to feel so very fortunate at the moment, though, that they even have 3 rounds. 2 of them have been rounds they've won with pistols. That time, at least, they upgrade the previous one with USPs. But they're kind of catching on to this heavy B play, very fast B play. That time they had a Molotov that was thrown out. You could see NiKo and Alu couldn't get back into the cover of the box.
Again, though, Rain gonna find Device. And Alu straight through smoke. FaZe, it's all going your way. You don't even need to see them at the moment. Feeling out the game so well.
Barely any damage taken as well from FaZe. Massive blunder from Astralis. 5-on-3, and yeah, FaZe just have the entirety of the map to do whatever they please. 2 members of Astralis over towards the A bomb site. It's just Glaive here at B, and when does FaZe choose to pounce?
So I think they hadn't even really committed anywhere. Keo's just going to take the fight now towards Glaive, spots him out towards the statue. There is no one else here, bearing in mind, if Glaive feels too much pressure, this could be all but done, but a great adjustment from him, going to catch Keo out, and Alu just about cut off by that molly. Goes in, perfect adjustment. And Kjaerbye and dupreeh going to have to try and play back into this one. But bear in mind, the bomb's not even fully on the site yet. They are going to find one, though. The Finn falls, and we're down to a 3v2.
Yeah, FaZe at the moment not utilizing the player advantage they have. And actually, look at this Rain. I think the shadow's been spotted. No, dupreeh didn't see it. From our view, it looked like it. But either way, Kjaerbye, NiKo's got to know his position, and he's going to win that fight with ease. Another reset for the Astralis guys. They have not been able to string 2 together. At this point, though, considering they won a round with upgraded pistols, they have 2 players who can get rifles. They may just have to go for it. They may just say, we're desperate at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. FaZe very much in control so far. 10-3 scoreline. You didn't expect this after the group stage games, but I guess they've stayed true to their word.
You almost feel bad on that last round because Glaive actually makes a really, really sick play. The Molotov towards the entrance, towards platform of B, isolates one player, and he repositions and gets a position that Kiyoshima was not prepared for. I mean, that's a pretty sick thing to do when you're 1 player defending a site against potentially 5.
Well, Glaive's actually been pretty much outstanding so far. One of the only players to truly do this. This is, ooh, this could get a little awkward. Who sees who first? And Kjaerbye just lets rip. He does get the tag, but nothing more to follow. Nade goes down from Keo, and we all reset and take a breath.
2 Molotovs into drop zone. 1 play. I mean, this is really ballsy from Astralis, considering the amount of attention that the B bomb site has gotten from FaZe. They only keep 2 players here at the moment. They're positioned for an A hit. It's not coming, but that's a sick flashbang from a teammate. Nice work from Astralis.
Xyp9x. Beautiful timing on that. As soon as that molly got extinguished by the smoke, you saw the flash come in, but it's only a 1-man advantage for now. And there's still players only on pistols for Astralis, so this isn't a clear-cut round just yet. And look who's lurking around. It's NiKo.
This stack is everything, and Xyp9x is watching drop, and he's got only a pistol. Now he's got the M4, but NiKo wins that. Kerrigan and NiKo chime in for 2 kills, and this is where that gamble towards A doesn't pay off.
You see that NiKo puts himself in such tough positions, but he plays them so well, and when he wins that territory, you can see what it opens up for FaZe here.
Yeah, I don't even think Astralis can go for this even if they wanted to. 3-10. Yeah, they're just going to try and get some rifles for the last round. This has been a huge first half from FaZe. No one expected to see this level of dominance, except for perhaps FaZe themselves.
Yeah, they were very confident, clearly, and you can see as to why. It makes perfect sense now, but it's normally that kind of bluff, isn't it? It's that, no, don't worry, we'll have them next time around. We had a plan all along, and no one really believes them, but now, maybe we do. Device there, going to take a gun away from Rain, but Alu being put on notice. He's got Karrigan to back him up now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Device gets this gun. He would love to have it, but I think he's almost got to go for more kills, and actually he's going to drop down. That's really good communication from teammates. Gun down and drop, so they do bring an AK-47 to bear into the next round, and he's even going to drop a UMP to a teammate. Huge find for Device. Yeah, Karrigan walked up to us on his way to the stage, and he did the whole alligator mouth of like the trap closing, slapped his hands together.
Well, he's not wrong so far. 11-3, FaZe come into this, and maybe want to string together what happened not too long ago in that StarLadder event over in Kiev. That looked like, you know, it was a back and forth until that point, but this could be where they start stringing together the victories, where it turns into a bit of a FaZe dominance. But it's the first map in a best of 3, but this looks very decisive. NiKo tries to find a bit of a cheeky way through, and Glaive's not having it. It's been about the only one to really hinder them, but look at the progress FaZe have made elsewhere. They've got the A site under wraps. Kjaerbye tries to get there as fast as he can and takes so much damage and gives away his position. There's absolutely no wins here. Look at this, the floor is on fire. Device finds some respite, but Karrigan takes down Kjaerbye. You put that out, your position is noted. You can't escape this FaZe.
This was the play we were looking for that whole half. When they just going to go fast-paced towards the A bomb site. They set it up so nicely, and it comes out in the very, very last round. And they take this site with ease. Smokes and Molotovs and all the choke points. I mean, no one from Astralis could even rotate if they wanted to. Alu's watching for that. Molotov is going to force him away. There's just so many bodies that Astralis have to get through, and Karrigan lurking underneath the balcony is going to find Glaive, and this is it. They've got to go now, and they've got to go fast, and they need to win everything, and it's just not happening.
You're not going to get a look into this one, it feels. Device gets sent back, and it's Karrigan that time with 4 kills to close out the half. I think you're on their side for now, guys. Shall I take that as a signifier? All right. Well, what a scoreline it is. But I think we need to take a second to really take stock of what's just happened. FaZe staying true to their word. The old against the new. Glaive, the new in-game leader. And I say new, he's been there a while, but still, he took Karrigan's place and took Astralis to victory. But right here, right now, it's Karrigan who's taken FaZe from what they were and taken that Phoenix from the ashes, and they are rising up right now. 12-3 is the scoreline. It's looking dominant.
Listen, you could say that about both of these guys. I mean, you cannot quantify the impact these guys have had on each of their teams. Astralis winning the major under Glaive, the first major they attended with him. FaZe actually improved massively as a team ever since Karrigan joined, and it was immediate.
Now, this looks a lot like the pistol we saw out of Astralis in the first game during the groups. They make a lot of noise by A, they try and take over by Danger, and then they'll fall away to B. Now, last time FaZe fell for this hook, line, and sinker. This time, look how passive they are.
Yeah, very, very far back. Rain watching for anything is in mid. He hasn't seen anything come through those double doors, and I don't think he will. Device is going to rotate all the way around the long way, and it's Kiyoshima and Nico. That's to where this battle is basically going to be won or lost.
So,
players on the platform.
And Karrigan, if I was him right now, and you're seeing the timing, you're hearing the hit, you are grinning ear to ear. As long as you hold in the next couple of seconds, and it's going to be Nico who can do everything. No! What was that? Kiev just overwhelms him, and it's Rain and Karrigan the only one to do any damage back for FaZe thus far. They've only yet to cross over. This is still problematic, but Rain is digging them out of this sticky situation. It's just Kiev left. 1v3, and it's not looking easy either.
Oh God, you thought Nico was going to have so many kills there. Kiyoshima trying to bait for him as well as possible. They don't do anything. I thought that was going to be where the main battle, where it was won or lost, and it doesn't happen because Rain and Alu are amazing, and Kirby, he's got to do it all. 1-on-3 brought into a 1-on-2. Trying to land the shots. 4 bullets left. That's Alu out in the open. That's a misplay.
10 shots. That's all he's got. 9, 8, 7, 6. He's got, there's nothing left. Rain puts him out of his misery in the end and holds his nerve. And FaZe get the important round beginning in the second half here. Now look at that scoreline.
13-3. This has been a stunning performance from FaZe to open this up. We saw Karrigan loving it at the end of the first half. Astralis, they go all in again on this second round. 3 smokes, 1 flashbang, and it's just pistols and armor.
Astralis will be eating a little bit of humble pie, I can imagine, after thinking they had the complete upper hand coming into
Yeah,
Cobble.
I think so.
And I guess I will never doubt Karrigan's word again.
He was grinning ear to ear earlier today, and there's a good reason why. We didn't see that T-side in the group stage. He even said it in the interview, you know, it was great for us to try it there. We won that engagement despite losing the match because it didn't mean anything.
Yeah, something about, you know, winning the battle, losing the battle, winning the war, I think might just apply to this down the line. We'll see, though. There's still 2 possible maps to go, but this one is waving that FaZe banner pretty darn high. And so far, let's look at what Astralis are up to this round. It looks like, again, a bit of a fact-finding mission, and they're not finding out much here. FaZe really are not playing into their hands at all.
Yeah, I mean, they have all the advantage in this, and they know it. So I mean, it's kind of just like, we need to make Astralis execute on us. Don't give up the mistake. Crossfire here in drop zone. Xyp9x is looking for it, but not in time. Alu close up. There's no one baiting for him, though, so it's a little bit dangerous, and he's going to go hunting for information. He's got Device just kind of paused there, so takes an off angle. Still, FaZe has no idea what's coming quite yet. Advantage for Astralis in that sense, but can they actually win off the top of it? There's some information, and there goes Rain. Alu has to stay aggressive over towards Halls. He's going to win that battle. He's got to stay alive, but he just can't do it. He's not prepared for them to be that aggressive, and Karrigan can't get anything done. Astralis overrun the defense, and they've got another round.
A lifeline at this point as well for the Astralis guys. A desperately needed one. We're very much teetering on the edge of a disastrous scoreline, but Kyo and Nico, not really a much threat unless they decide to push any further themselves. They can back away with what they have. A retake is looking very unlikely, and neither have a kit beside them either.
No, this is just back away. You have the 2 UMPs. Save them in for the next round, exactly what's happening. Kyo, I'm not sure why he's still so close up. I think he might just be afraid to try and run. Doesn't have a kit, so can't go for any sort of trick play, but he's certainly going to blow up if he sticks around. So just now starting to slide off. And he'll get away perfectly fine. So Astralis, they turn the tables in the second round of this second half. It's going to be 4-13.
Well, the mountain to climb might begin. I don't want to. I don't
Begins
even.
with 1 step, right?
Yeah, I guess you can put it that way. I want to see the gun round come in. I want to see more than this. This is not enough yet from Astralis because FaZe haven't yet been even properly tested on this CT side. Their T side, though, looked magnificent. That, to me, was absolutely outstanding. Now, though, we've got Deagles, P250s, CZs, UMPs. It's not what you want to be working with, but with these guys on the other side of them, they can get it done.
Yeah, exactly. And remember as well, last round it was Rain had what, either a UMP or a rifle, and he was dropped by one shot from the Deagle at range. So that's what really opened up that A bomb site. Same thing can happen here. Alu on Device, and it's going to be won by Device. A couple missed shots there from Alu could have turned the tide in that fight. Not going to happen though. Astralis has the pick. They have the one kill they want. And now it's readjust.
Rain's still playing pretty close, and he hasn't actually given away much. But Kyo and, I was going to say Karrigan, but that's a very quick pickup. But that actually might even play in Rain and Kyo a little more here, because they might feel they've taken down the two possible opponents there, but still no real commitment from Astralis. Sure, they are towards A, but they've just hit the brakes.
This is where they thrive. This is what makes Astralis so dangerous. This is exactly what they like to do. They get that first kill, and they back off just a little bit, and then pause. They want to punish the information plays, and that's exactly what dupreeh just did there. So FaZe has got to be careful if they do lose a man. You know that's exactly what they're looking for.
This is interesting. You can see that Kyo and Rain are reading into what's been shown and what's being displayed, that it might be a B hit, there might be pressure towards drop.
This is pretty smart though. Device 11 HP, I mean, he's not necessarily dead, but use him to get information, right? Use him to push into the B site, see what's there. He's the least, the most expendable player you have on your team.
This is perfect. Eyes towards dupreeh and Glaive. That is beautiful from NiKo, but the bomb is encroaching towards A as we speak, and Kyo and Rain have just realized as well. They've seen it all, they've read the play, but can they do anything to stop it? Rain dives out, Kyo makes noise, and Rain looks for the frag, he can't find it. dupreeh does best him, but it's 14 seconds. The bomb should be able to go down completely unchallenged.
Yeah, I mean, good on them for reading the play, but it was just a second too late, right? If they'd been able to get both players out, then maybe you can mount some kind of defense to slow him down. Astralis just had him beat by a couple steps. Question is, how much does Astralis want to commit to take this UMP, this Deagle away from NiKo? I mean, still very deadly weapons in their hands, and you can afford to maybe send Xyp9x on a hunting mission to try and take at least one of them out.
See how far he can get. Kyo does seem a little slippery at times, though. They completely missed him last time. Oh! NiKo! I guess it doesn't really matter how this round pans out, but the man's got pretty sick aim. I'm not going to lie to you, and now Kyo's found Glaive, and this just gets a little bit unnerving. They don't have any chance of winning the round, but it's, you know, it's got a little bit more expensive than intended.
Yeah, that's rough. What a shot from NiKo. The things we've come to love.
God.
Even brings an SMG into this round, tosses it over to a teammate as well. So still has that Deagle, still has a kit as well. That's pretty big. Yeah, that's
dirty, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh,
and Xyp9x hasn't had a great game for a player that's been huge for this team in recent memory. I mean, obviously one of the smartest players we have in terms of his in-game, his game sense. Hugely clutch. He's only 4 and 16 at the moment. That's really, really rough.
This is a great read, actually, from FaZe as well. They do only have a couple of pistols, and they do have the UMP on Kyo, but outside of that, they've gone for the stack towards danger and, you know, a little bit towards long, and we know that Astralis like to get that kind of real estate, get that map control in their favor, and then they hit the brakes a couple of times, and they'll use it as their pivot point, but this is a nice stack. Whether it works out or not, we're going to find out right now. Rain going to get the first bit of contact, baits the shot, falls back in.
He's got to stay alive, though. This is all for kioShiMa. There it is. There's the pounce. Kyo gets one, and he gets the other as well, but great trades from Astralis. Alu is still here, though, and I don't think they realize it.
No, the bomb's quite far back too, so it's not like Astralis can springboard anywhere from this, even if they wanted to. They still need to kind of take their time. Glaive instantly considers, well, what if B was open? What if someone's been working their way through? They have no information on the rest of the map. This is it.
Yeah, this round for FaZe has to be about getting NiKo into the proper position, and unfortunately they don't have any intel. They basically need to find a way to rotate him into the right spot with that Deagle to get some kills, get at least one. Alu close up, though. This is a big fight for the outcome of this round. He looks away at the wrong moment. He gets the dink, but it's not going to get the kill, and NiKo's just too far away. So Astralis, they're going to get through this. Tested, but they don't fail.
What? dupreeh's low. Xyp9x is low. But playing back into a 1v3, you need other players to make mistakes to allow you opportunities.
Yeah, this is about take a gun away. You can hear the crowd wants it. They love it. dupreeh. It's so close. NiKo's found him, but it's returned the favor. Kyo laughing a little bit there.
Just going to shake it off. They still are sitting at 13-6. So as much as this still looks good for Astralis, we haven't seen that really nice full buy, I feel, from FaZe yet. Nice slow-mo sound.
That was great, wasn't it?
But it's Alu now on the AWP. We've got a decent buy. It's not great. I guess Karrigan is fine on the UMP. Okay, can we go off the screen? Cool. But we do have both AWPs now coming in. So this is the battle we want to see. Both teams can afford what they need to forge this battle. This can define everything. If Astralis get this, okay, game back on. If it's FaZe, you're going to see them probably grind out towards the end.
And look at the difference in this first gun round. FaZe has everything. They have the Molotovs to slow down all those hits. Astralis can't come through it. They even have the smoke set up for it, but nothing going. They cannot control platform. Karrigan, we've talked about, oh, Alu just barely misses that. And actually, it's going to be a repeat, but the flick is too fast. Device, usually one of those players who'll give up that fight. And he'll just see it and he'll say, okay, I'll find something elsewhere. He's not one of those oppers that you consider to peek into others. He doesn't like those duels. This time, though, he goes for it and is punished.
You've got to think how frustrating it must be. You're sat there, you're not having the biggest of games ever against your ex-teammate on a map that you guys walked into, that you assumed you had the upper hand on. Maybe a little bit flustered individually, but maybe not. Maybe just a small error in one round. I guess we can give him that, even though he's Mr. Consistent normally. But still, FaZe barely moving a muscle. Look at this, the line across the map as slowly Astralis try and find a way into this, but FaZe aren't giving them anything.
No, and actually this all, I mean, when is Nico going to get this spot? How early is it going to be? There's a smoke out. That's going to be huge. It's going to delay him so nice. He can play behind that, but actually he can't. Xyp9x sprays through. Now the rotations are on. Now Kiyoshima, the weight of this round is on him. He's got great positioning. He's got Karrigan as well to help him out, but they don't have enough eyes on Drop for him to commit to that.
They go in back turn, and Keo only good for one. And Glaive, that's the important one. Karrigan going down means the site is now Astralis's, but Rain's going to play right back in. The bomb's yet to go over. This could be a massive error. Rain could absolutely destroy this round. 7 seconds, they do not have a bomb plant, but Glaive secures it at the very end. That could have been so problematic.
Yeah, tough. I think they win that if Alu's not in drop zone. That's such a tough call to read if you're Alu. It's so difficult in the heat of that moment to realize the time and the kill that comes in. Almost from FaZe. It's that spray from Xyp9x. That smoke comes out from Nico. If he's able to get behind that, I don't think Astralis wins that round.
No, I'm in 100% agreement with you. And now we're going to see FaZe having to go through what Astralis felt. That money constantly being broken down at the moment. Now, they are dangerous. There is, everyone knows what Nico can do with the deagle. There's no need to have to reiterate that every time. But there should be a cleaner round for Astralis. And they need to start building their own money up as well. These have been pretty close rounds considering. And it's Keo, again, trying to play close towards that broken ledge over by the plateau. Nico finds his first possible victim. Keo plays it in well. dupreeh goes, but a good trade from Device. Now Nico waits ever so patiently. And this time, the Viper can't strike.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, Keo has to get aggressive there once drop is lost. Great play from Astralis patiently, and then both prongs of that attack pouncing at the same time. Another buy up from Astralis, but this is good utility. This is one thing that even Astralis didn't necessarily have on their buys on the CT side, is when they have these rifles. Yeah, sure, Alu's missing a lot, but Karrigan, Rain, okay, there's the switch up. Double op setup coming out.
Now this is nice. Nico on one and Alu on one, so going to split this apart. I can imagine Alu over by A, Nico as per usual over by B, and I wonder if Astralis are even going to consider this being an option yet. Of course, if you're FaZe, you want to bring out your A game. You want to find every opportunity you can. Now Keo going to be playing up closer towards platform, and look at this. Oh my word, the balls on Nico right now to go for this sort of play, and I think they did this before, and it worked out last time, but a little bit of pre-fire coming in from Xyp9x, and Alu going to find Kievi. That's a big start for FaZe here.
Yeah, big job from Alu there. 2 picks, he's fouled, and the double up setup works perfectly. Xyp9x goes for a peek, not prepared for that. 5 on 3, FaZe, they need to get out of this round. This is too big of an advantage to give up, but if any team's going to do it, it's going to be Astralis. Bomb is on Glaive. He's alone towards the A bomb site. So dupreeh and Device must come back to him. And this time, I mean, it might just force his Device's hand. Mention the fact that he's not an opper known to generally duel against others. He might just have to this time.
We'll see how he fares this time against Alu. Last time, quick as lightning. But will it strike twice? Alu waiting on the very corner here. Glaive waiting Device to come and help him out. If they make a single step and make a single noise, give any advantage over, Alu will not miss. Centimeters apart, Glaive gets tagged. Who will be the first to fall? Alu's gone for it, and no, Device gets the chance. Patience is his virtue, and I guess it'll work out for him this seconds, but dupreeh's gonna find Rain, and oh my god, he's found Karrigan. Where have these kills come from?
This is, oh, that's unreal. Nice shot from Nico. That's Glaive down, but Device is still up. This is where he thrives. He's got positioning. So consistent in hitting these shots. Rough game so far, but this is where he can pick it all back up.
He just has to hold the cross, and it sounds simple, but it might not be now. Keo's found dupreeh, and now the cross begins. Keo makes good progress. A little peek here and there, but now Device knows he's going to be challenged. It's Nico, and they both miss the Device!
He's done it.
He does He gets past Alu. Dupree chimes in, and the close comes out from Device, and this game is now on. It's 9-13. You thought those double orbs would have worked for FaZe, but just in those final seconds, Astralis turn it back around.
This is incredible stuff from Device. Huge 1-on-2 to win, holds his nerve. And NiKo, he's just not quick enough there on the peak to trade that, as well with the AWP, just misses the shot. I mean, these previous 2 rounds, though, first it's NiKo getting picked off through the smoke to decide everything, and then this time it's the patience from Alu slipping at a critical moment. Did not need to go for that peak whatsoever, but he felt the pressure. He knew Rain had spotted some down mid, and he tries to go for a little bit too much. You can start to see the composure from FaZe cracking a little bit here, and that's why this timeout is called.
This begins the test of what depth they have to bring. What can FaZe do? We've seen the look they brought out with the double orb. It looked good for a little while, but you saw the depth that Astralis can bring when it comes to those moments to dig them out of those situations. But it is a back and forth game, and FaZe still have a great deal of rounds beside them. So it's certainly not hugely problematic. It's certainly going to be a little bit of a worry building when you've barely made a scratch on the CT side, but you hold your nerve here. Xyp9x starting to tend towards drop, as we do see Astralis begin this hit, but it's a 4-1 play going out for FaZe, so they've got a lot of bodies over by the B side.
Yeah, barely made a scratch is a good way to put it. FaZe wins pistol round in this half, and that's the only round they have. It's been 6 straight for Astralis. This has been just as dominating of a T side. FaZe have got to be a little bit worried. Still, no one getting lured into any kind of a peak right now. Astralis just slowly gaining map control, as they usually do. Xyp9x leading the way. Alu's going to be his first test, but his teammates pop flash blinds him, and that allows Alu to win the fight. 5-on-4. We just saw a 5-on-3 lost by FaZe in the previous round, so now they've got to rotate. They've got to get in position. They have the good read as well. 2 players sliding over. One's Alu, though, and he's deadly injured.
He is, but that recovered rifle now sits in the hands of Kyo, who has joined them on the A site. Wow, that's some damage coming in. This is actually really problematic, but it's all Alu. The ace up the sleeve. Will they check for it? Will they not? Will they commit? NiKo's now over. Karrigan now over as well. And they're down to 26 seconds. They have to go pretty darn soon, and they've got a long challenge to run. Karrigan finds one. This is still hugely problematic. If NiKo can do something else. No, it's down to 17 seconds, and the bomb is off. It's in Glaive's hands, and Kjaerbye now just has to watch his back. Astralis turn it on a dime, but that was very close.
What a sick call to go through those double doors, meeting so much resistance. And that's the thing, you thought for a moment that NiKo would be able to provide enough of a bait so that the back of the bomb site wouldn't get checked, but Astralis just circumvents the entire idea, don't they? That is gutsy with that much time left on the clock. 13-10, another buy coming up for FaZe. This time it's not the double up, though. It worked so good the first time around, but they couldn't close that. Back to just Alu. 23 kills for Glaive, leading the way for Astralis in this, as well as leading. Made some very, very good calls so far in this half. 7 straight now for Astralis on the T side.
An excellent in-game leader as well, and you can perform to this ability and still.
Well, Astralis is one of the few teams that has that luxury, right? Where Glaive can just pick up the slack. Glaive can just hard carry himself.
Well, this is another incredible test between these two. The first exchanges go down. It's Alu again finding Kjaerbye. That's a very big start. I'm not sure if it was for free almost through that smoke, but however you get it, you're going to be happy with it.
You got to feel so bad for him at a certain point just because he's had 3 of the opening picks. He's done everything you want your Opera to do. He's had 3 opening kills. Look at this aggression. Kyo, he's got to know Dupree here. He's running out of bullets, though. Too much spam. Another individual mistake. Neo trying to get it, and he does. He makes up for it. They find the kill anyway. Just got to be very careful. Peeking back into this op from Device. We've seen Device in these situations in man disadvantaged. He's the one kill that decides it for Astralis. Can he have impact again here in this round?
This time it'll be Alu and Rain towards A for now. Now Alu's going all the way over towards the balcony. Rain's playing incredibly passive, so the hit will come in, and they will get pretty far towards the side, but the stopping power is there, and it's in the hands of Alu as we speak. You can see that Molly starting to burn. He's down to 34, forced to peek out. He spots one, but he can't get the shot off. 1 HP, a quick flash might do the job. He might be able to play back into this, but it's Device on the other side, and it's not going to be much longer. Karrigan's there, 10 seconds now on the clock. Xyp9x needs to get to the site, and oh, they check for it. Glaive, beautiful mentality time. Just gets the bomb down with a second remaining, but it's still NiKo. Do not write him out of these situations. He's going to find a little bit of fire coming through first. Xyp9x on the side, Glaive to the left. He's got the tag on the first, but the frag not to follow just yet. The second challenger comes in, but he holds his nerve.
I think he's going to concede this round. I think he's going to get the AWP and just try and bail. Actually, the AWP is down. Oh no, can't hit that shot. Can't clean out Xyp9x. This is getting scary now for FaZe. Another tactical pause coming in for Karrigan. And again, they seem to have players in the right positions. It's missed shots down here at the stretch. That was such a big thing that Karrigan was able to harp on in the pregame, is that he said, whoever's going to be hitting their shots, that's what we need to do. And for someone who said they have the most skilled lineup, here down the stretch, that skill is failing them. It's not enough.
Well, we saw it in the first half. There's no denying that. We saw that Rain in the pistol round went completely off. Excuse me, alu in the pistol round, then Rain came in on the gun round, and we saw NiKo doing the same thing. There was a lot of those moments. It just seems to have not come through on the CT side just yet, but still, this is getting very, very close. 11 to 13. It felt like this was almost over the half, especially when the pistol came in as well.
Especially when the pistol round was won. This would be a massive comeback for Astralis.
God, what a test for Karrigan. Such confidence coming into this, and it all seemed right to be so. But truly, grit and determination feels to sit by Astralis. You look at that scoreline, a lot of teams mentally would probably not necessarily check out, but you don't feel you've got that favor, do you? It seems they've got some good strength here.
The great thing about this comeback from Astralis, what makes it even more impressive, is this isn't a situation where they've just been winning so many low buys. FaZe is playing a very good game in terms of their economy with the losing bonus built up. It's just these small half buys so they can have everything they need come to gun rounds. Astralis has had to win every single gun round against alu with an AWP, against Molotovs in the hands. Kree's going to get caught out here. Device is here to shore it up. Karrigan almost makes that scary for him, but it's not going to happen. And the stack over towards the A bomb site, the gamble is lost.
The three-man hit squad, though, is pretty close by, actually. They've rotated incredibly fast to Rain. He's not going to miss it. Finds one. alu finds Device. What a disaster. It's fallen apart for Astralis. What a brilliant moment of a turn for FaZe.
Yeah, but KRB is in a very, very good position. Likely wins this round for Astralis because FaZe feels like they're in it. They're going to go for this.
They've all got rifles as well. Why not? Why not come back around for this? KRB has to deny before it begins. He gets one, but he can't handle the second. Game back on, and it's all on you, Glaive. And you can't do it. Rain! Cometh the hour, cometh the man. 3 kills to deliver them from Astralis being right on their doorstep.
That's stunning. KRB had such good positioning. It's that weird route Karrigan takes coming into the door. KRB saw his shoulder but couldn't get a clean shot. That's what allows FaZe to trade that kill. That's huge. And they have been stuck on just one round in the second half. They only won pistol, and again, it's another round with pistols that they pull out. They have to do it with guns, though. And this is interesting as well. Another switch up. No double op setup here, but it's NiKo who's got the op. It's alu who doesn't towards the A bomb site. That op is actually positioned. It is at A, but it is in mid. No, it's at...
So by Chicken Coop right now with NiKo.
Yeah.
Very far back, very passive. First time we're seeing this incredibly passive approach from at least the AWPer. NiKo, last time we saw him, what, up and drop, looking for the face. So a real bit of a mirror image here, but up close is Keo. Now, more than good for a 1-for-1. We know what he can do. And I think Astralis do as well by this point.
It's going to come down towards timing because this is going to be a delayed peek from NiKo. Yeah, he's going to smoke deep. He's going to try and smoke out Device, but I think Device is going to be in front of it. This is a danger moment. There's got to be a flashbang for this peek, and I don't think it misses. I think it misses. There's the pressure from kioShiMa. Oh, he's going to jump over. He's going to get debris. And there's NiKo on a Device. He goes for the repeat. That's huge. Can they do more with this? But look at these positionings. It's so awkward. alu continues to win. Glaive has found himself in a great spot, but he can't do anything.
Xyp9x still has to get past 2 on either side that he pushes. 35 seconds to do it. One molly goes in to clear the left, but he has to take the challenge on the right. He has no other options right now. First man to face will be Rain. He gets past the first challenger. Second will be alu. Glaive now wants to help out, and he's going to help him. Spots him out, the push comes in. The tag comes up, but Xyp9x still needs to get this frag. There it is! Glaive gets it, and we're down to a 2v2. This is brilliant stuff, but 14 seconds, and Keo and NiKo are closing in.
Oh no, that's awkward. Glaive cut out in the open, but Keo runs out of bullets. Oh no, Glaive's going to get away. Still a 2-on-2. Keo can't land the shots. Now NiKo has arrived for the backup.
All right, Xyp9x waits patiently on the site for his first challenger. Glaive repositions as best he can here. You can hear that all rattling on. Keo wants to fight. He loses at Xyp9x. This is the man we were waiting for. The clutch got himself, but NiKo, what do you have for us? What can you bring? Can you take FaZe to 15 rounds here? He taps the bomb. He looks for the fight. He gets the first. He sprays on the second, but the molly comes in. He knows he can't do it. Oh, he wins it, but it's not enough. No time. It's over. It's done with Astralis. Survive again.
just barely. Astralis is hanging on in this match, and the response, it all came down. Keo had it, and he runs out of bullets. That's gonna be heartbreaking. A fortunate Molotov there at the end. Glaive again with the heroics.
What was that situation in it? Was it like a 2v4, was it?
Yes, I mean, this is, they have had such good positioning, and the crazy thing is at the end of that, it was, you know, Glaive had that spot in the connector, and he, I think his spot was known. Alu seemed to know he was there, but
yeah.
It was, I think it was Xyp9x in middle who had to make that play to really make the positioning of Glaive, like, be
viable.
Fully efficient. Yeah, he couldn't do anything. He was kind of stuck there, no idea where he was gonna go.
God, what a game we've had so far. I thought this was gonna be a little one-sided, I'm not gonna lie to you, after that first half. I was like,
yeah.
You know what? It's done. These two never fail to deliver, it feels.
Here's the tough part. I mean, this is the crazy thing, because FaZe has had the luxury of having the full losing bonus this entire half, essentially. I mean, you call that a luxury. You obviously don't want to have that situation, but I mean, it made their buys so clean and so nice whenever they did invest for the rifles and the AWP. Now they don't. Now that's hard reset. They're going to have a good buy in the next round, even with these shotguns that UMP brought up, because they did win that eco, but they've got to start that all over again.
It's a slow, meticulous grind for FaZe, and they don't have that many rounds now in the pocket. Before, they had a good few, but Astralis is going to quicken the pace, and I like this. I like a lot of teams who do these A hits. We'll see how diligent this is, though, from FaZe, as they're trying to play back into it. Karrigan thought he maybe had an angle there. Wasn't to be. Alu, range, it's not on your side, and you know it for once. Normally with the AWP to hand, it feels a little better, but right through the smoke, Nico will find Device and goes in for another, but this time Alu finds dupreeh. What is going on here? How are they losing out on this?
Oh, dupreeh, or I mean, Alu's so smart, goes and wraps around. Xyp9x is going to hold this up. I think this is the end of Alu here. Yes, it is, but he does get dinked. That's good damage done. AK in the hands of Nico. Rain as well with the UMP. They're going to come through. Kjaerbye taking a little bit of damage. More spam from Nico, and the fire also burning. And there's Rain. He's going to swing out. They need to find Kjaerbye, and he is. The bomb site is open, but Xyp9x is there to close it down, but Glaive gets spammed. Xyp9x, can the Molotov win it again?
You've got to see. It's on the bomb right now. Bomb still ticking. Rain goes hunting. Nico is burning alive as we speak. 20 HP left on him. He's burned alive! Xyp9x! He might have just done this. He has! Rain has to go head down, tail between the legs. As again, Xyp9x. We asked where this man was before, and the clutches are coming through thick and fast now.
I don't know if he would have had that. There is going to be, someone is going to look that up and find out the timing of it. I think Nico felt like he had to risk it in the flames. That is heartbreaking. So many close rounds, but I mean, this is so interesting to see, is that even with the Astralis winning all of these, look at their economy because of all these clutches. It's so interesting. FaZe actually has the better buy in this round. Molotov nade to try and slow things out. Device is going to get across the, oh no, kioShiMa tapping away. Device is down. Another man advantage situation for FaZe. They have got to start converting these.
FaZe are not letting this go. Both hands gripping on for dear life to this game. They fought so damn hard to get to this point, to retain that crown that they so rightly deserved. And now Keo takes up a slightly further advanced position there. Might have to be careful, the smoke will dissipate. 3 players waiting on the go, but Kjaerbye looking for possibilities over by A. Still so much to be played for in this round, still so much information to find.
Karrigan hears all this. I don't think he wants to challenge too much, knowing they have a man advantage. They just need to keep their eyes on that other window. Both the exits towards drop room. Xyp9x inside is going to be able to lurk. kioShiMa, how aggressive does he want to be? Smokes there. Molotov forces him back. Nico's going to peer in, but Karrigan gets the kill with the UMP. Oh, kioShiMa saves Nico perhaps. dupreeh finally chiming in. Keo for more. He can't get it, but the rotation is here. Karrigan's still alive, and Alu with the AWP. The true test for this bomb site is now beginning.
Great flash, actually. Denied Alu the angle, but not gonna miss it for the second time. And now dupreeh only has the UMP. He does have 2 kills, but these 3 players in front of him, they won that 15 rounds, and they want it right about now. Noise aplenty, trying to bait him in, but he knows that this clock is just not on his side. 9 seconds. I think he knows this one is done for. He's gonna try and make it away, draw them in. Karrigan takes the fight and wins it. It's 15 for FaZe. 1 more round, and this map is theirs.
And this might be it. The Astralis backs against the wall. The money is finally out. All those rounds that FaZe was able to get so close and not able to come on top. has chipped away at the economy. It's going to be 2 Tech-9s that UMP has bought so far, mostly pistols. FaZe has done it. They've got the advantage in this. But remember, this was a situation Astralis was in Atlanta at the last major against Virtus Pro. Low buy in the championship, and they made it work.
The tactical timeout just about to run out. Now FaZe, as you highlighted, they've got everything. They've got it all. They've got every piece of utility. They've got AWPs. If they want it, they've got whatever they need. And Astralis, on the other hand, are scraping it together. The match has been unpaused. We'll be getting this one started any second now. Will it be FaZe getting that first step in the right direction, this best of 3, or Astralis claim back what could be their build back in towards this matchup head-to-head? Bear in mind they lost last time. Now it's time to find out right now. How much does Astralis got to bring into this round? Or is it FaZe closing out right about now? Rain could be the one to do it all.
Oh, yeah, he could be the one to lose it all as well. This is fast-paced. There's a headshot. Oh, he gets a second and the third. Sprays them all down. Rain wants that 16th, and they're going to get it. A 1-on-5. Heavy play towards Halls goes nowhere. It was Rain in the first half who had a stellar take on the T side at Halls, and now he closes it out there as well.